Look at how adorable. Stay tuned, I'll show you how I did it. Hello my crafty friends, it's Michelle, the Southern Shell, and I'm here with my second month, February, on my 12 months of Christmas, and I'm going to show us how to make some cute little Christmas gnomes for February. Now these are the right colors to also be used for Valentine's. Now I have some real inexpensive items here that are going to actually make a few gnomes for you. One thing I have is from the Dollar Tree cleaning system. It is the that bendable microfiber long duster, and so this thing you can bend. It has that little wire inside there, and we're just going to go ahead and get that cut off. I have a scarf. When you think about these, this is a 59 inches by 9.5 inch piece of the black fleece scarf. So this is basically a piece of material for you that has a little tiny label there. We can cut that off for $1.25. Perfect for making these little gnomes. I got these at the Dollar Tree. Perfect for Valentine's Day, which is great also for Christmas. So that is going to be something I'm using. I got this for $1 at Dollar General, and look at those, all those beads, and they're already colored to be used for a nose for this cute little gnome, unless I need something bigger, and I have some more downstairs. And for the feet, look at this, Valentine's Day hearts. I am just going to cut one of these off, get those little staples out. I'm going to sand it down and paint it and use these for the feet of one gnome needs one heart, and this has 8 hearts. So this will get you 8 gnomes. This will get you several. And I don't know how many beards I'm going to be able to get out of this, but I have a feeling we're going to do just fine. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little feet ready. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And I have a sanding block right here. And I have my scissors and some clippers. And I'm going to go ahead and get these right out of the end of this. Now I have just some little, I have my scissors, but I also have some little palette knives. You can use anything like this to get right under that little staple. I don't want to ruin my scissors, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this. Because these are loosely on there, it's just going to come right up. And then I can just throw those little staples away. And I have my first heart ready to be sanded. Super easy to do. And I can move the rest of these feet out of the way. Now I want to be able to clean this up nicely. So you don't have to do what I do on this. You can sand over a can. I'm just going to use some parchment paper from the Dollar Tree. It's wonderful to have on hand when you're crafting. Now this little table, I've had people ask me about it in the past. This is actually the top of a old TV tray. You can see rusted edges. I mean an old TV tray. And I used some contact paper to cover it up so that it would be great to use on the table when I'm videoing stuff like this. Sanding block. And I'm just going to come in and I'm going to sand away that glitter. I really like crafting in real time with y'all, but sometimes I feel like I'm the slowest crafter in the world, and I do need to speed this up. Now this can fold up and be done. Okay, so now I've just got a damp paper towel, and I'm just going to wipe any of the dust off of these. And I'm wiping the top of my paper as well. Look at all that gets caught on there from the dust. And I'm going to have 2 of these done. Okay, so I have 2 of them off and sanded. This had some a little bit of burlap on there, and so sanding it gives it a little bit of a rough edge. So I'm just going to trim it just a little bit, and I'm gonna just, when I paint it, it's just gonna stay down. So, not worried about it. So I'm gonna start on the back side here. And I'm gonna do one in gray. This is my Waverly chalk paint in Elephant. I get this at Walmart. And I am just going to add a layer of this Elephant gray on here. If I did this in real time, this video would have been well over an hour long. So I do hope that speeding up doesn't bother you. And I have some Waverly in lacquer. I took my hairdryer and I blew them dry. I'm just going to flip them over and do the other side. I'm concentrating around the little tops of the hearts here. Those are the little feet that will be sticking out. And we are going to set these aside to dry while we finish the rest of our pieces. Okay, so I have the red socks, and I have a pink hat. I'm going to do a pink Christmas one because, you know, those of you who know me know pink is my color. So I am going to just snip off, get these off of here. So I have 2 socks. And I have fiber fill. And so I'm going to start by stuffing this little guy. Some fiber fill. And I'm going to take one of my small little rubber bands. Now you don't have to use a rubber band. You can cut the sock and tie it down. I want to use a rubber band on here because I'm going to add some hot glue after I get him in there. So I'm just going to tuck that down. And I've got my hot glue gun heating up. And I'm just going to add some hot glue right to that center. And I'm going to bring that sock right back up and hold it. And that's going to give that a nice grab right there too. Now we're going to stand him on that so we've got a nice little body there. And this will be a great size to sit on a shelf at Christmas time. I think he's going to be super cute. Let's work on our beard. Let me see what I can do here. I'm going to look and see just kind of where. This appears to be twisted wire. I can feel it in there. And so I think the best thing's going to be, let's see if I can take the little top off. That's just adhered by some glue. Look at that, just some hot glue there. And then I'll cut him. And I think, I can take my pliers and untwist this and pull out little by little. I might do that. May not be too difficult to do. Let's see. Well, yes, it did work. Now I used my jewelry pliers here and I just took it and twisted that around, and look at there. And I can just grab that and open it one way and pull the other and open it the other way. We'll just grab and pull it out. And then that way it actually stays in the wire until I'm ready to use it. I have 2 pairs of pliers out here, so I could grab one and grab the other. And these were just, it was glued together on top. It'd be better with some regular pliers. I just didn't want to go down into the basement, into the toolbox. So I just went ahead and pulled my jewelry ones out, and I think it did just fine. Some there. You can see right there it's got a good twist again. And open it up, and I've got some more beard. Now to attach this, what I'm going to do is I have some yarn. So I'm going to set this aside for right now. Now you can use the mop heads. You can do so many different things. I do have some mop heads on hand as well. I went ahead and I'm going to go ahead and just cut 2 pieces of this yarn. I'm just going to lay that, and I'm going to pull some of these out. Tell you, it is a little messier than doing a mop head. I just thought that the fiber would make a really cute beard. When I did the second gnome, the little pink one, I did the beard a little differently, and it did turn out so much better. It was so much easier. Here's what I did. So I split open the mop head, and I laid some hot glue down and then put a piece of yarn right across that hot glue. I then split the mop head again and laid more hot glue down and pressed another piece of yarn across the top of that. I had the thickness I wanted. I lifted it up and cut right along the metal piece. Look how much cleaner this looks than what I'm doing. So much less of a headache. But just in case you like that headache, or a good challenge, or just like the look of the first beard better, I'm leaving in the footage of what I did. Whew, it took 20 minutes just to create the beard. I don't think I will be doing it that way again. I like the way it looked, but I just don't think it's what I'm going to be doing. Now here I went ahead and decided I think I want to put a mustache on him. Well, sure, why not? Let's take these little itty bitty pieces and try to make a mustache out of it to create for this little gnome. I was very ambitious, to say the least. Now I'm just going to go ahead and trim him up and glue this little thing down before I throw it out the window. Well, that was messy. That was messy. I like the way it looks, but goodness sakes, there's got to be an easier way to use this material, and I'm going to find it. That was not fun. But let's get him cleaned up a little bit. I trimmed him a little, and I'm gonna tuck those little, make sure those little spots are down real well. Okay, since I hot glued inside that little hat, if you've seen, I tried to put a little mustache on top of there. I'm gonna grab my little beads. Remember, I had some beads here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this little guy untied. Let's go ahead and get that little nose right on in there under that mustache. I might just put him right on, well, yeah, let's just get him right there. I'll move that apart again. And this lovely bead, and we're gonna squish him right in there. Just going to go ahead and use my pliers, give him a good squeeze. And I'm gonna make sure that those holes are gonna be covered up. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of glue there and a little bit of glue there. And I'm gonna give him a push down and a squeeze closed. I'm gonna go ahead and fluff him out. Since I added glue to the center, I am going to go ahead and trim this little guy off. And I'm going to add more hot glue so that he does not fray on the inside and start pulling away. Now while he sits a minute, my next sock. We are going to bring this right on down, and I'm going to glue him across the front of the nose. I think what I want to do though is give it a little tuck under once I get it over there so that elastic band is not showing. Hot glue across the beard and the top of the nose. Pulling that down. Now we can pull them on up. I'm going to fold it on down around the back here. Nice and glued down around the back. And even the little squares are lined up. We can pull this around. That got grabbed. We need to make sure that hat is pulled down nicely on the sides here, pulling that beard down. Okay, let's tie this around his hat and his beard. So I'm going to tie this right around the toe. And then I want to tie a little one around his beard. Now I'm going to cut open the toe, put the glue in there to stop it, pull it on up, and make a little frayed hat. Oh, this shouldn't be too hard. I'm going to take that and I'm going to glue it right onto the side. A little bit right there. And we're going to glue that right on down. Okay, let's get his little feetsies on. I'm just going to really load him up here on the bottom, because what we're going to do is go ahead and line him up and push him down. I'll let that glue cool down, and it is hot glue, so it's going to take a few minutes. Well, not a few minutes. It's going to take a few seconds to actually cool down and secure that to our little base. Now, because I used the part that had the burlap on it, it does give a very good rough area to actually glue to. And there you have it. All right, he's not quite all the way cooled, but he's got a pretty good grip. You can decorate him now however you want for Christmas. You can do different colors for Easter. I am going to go ahead and get some little arms on him, and we'll be able to, I'll probably use the parts of the other sock, and I'll show you how to do that here in a moment. So pieces of his arm are going to come off of this scarf, and I'm going to go ahead and just snip off. Pull that little baby out of there. And I think I'm just going to cut right along one strip, because you don't need too much for this guy's arms. I'm just going to fold him in half, give him a glue down. I'm going to curve the top and give it a little thumb. There we go. Let's line it up on this side. Lift and put him back here under the hat some. I'm just going to find my middle, right up under the hat, and bring him around. Give him a little fold in his arm, and all you do is just take a little bit of glue and give him a pinch. Or you can put little gifts in his hands or around his feet. His little hat came up. Put a little bit more glue on that. Put him right there. And I think I will put a bell on his hat and maybe a present or two right here on his feet. And then I think we'll be done, and I'll show you pictures of both the red one and the pink one as soon as we're done here. Well, here you go, my friends. These are the 3 Christmas gnomes I finished. I made, of course, you've seen me create this little red guy. He was so much fun. A pain for that beard, but it just turned out so cute. Here's the little pink one I finished right after him. And I also created that great big one. Well, you're not great big. He's like 14, 15 inches, so it's big enough. I created him a couple weeks ago. This was so much fun. Thank you for joining me on this 12 months of Christmas series that I am putting together for you. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. That will let YouTube know that you like this type of video and others may like it as well. If you've not subscribed, I hope you will consider doing so now by hitting that subscribe button. And as always, stay safe, God bless, and bye for now.